Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for watching my video and do all that good YouTube stuff. Share it, like it, hit the notification bell, thumbs up, subscribe, all the things that you do. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video and saving some money perhaps. I also invite you to check out the links in the description for some long-term savings with the stock market and checking out the links for either E-Trade or M1 where you can save and trade fractional stocks, or Webull, which is usually giving away a couple free stocks for just depositing $100. So I strongly invite you to invest in your future and check them out. Thanks, and let's get to the video. All right, I'm driving this front wheel drive Ford Escape. Got this noise out front. I'm gonna hang the camera outside, see if you can hear it maybe. Bring it in the shop again and see if we can find this noise. Lug nuts were tight. Didn't see with the CV axle, but it's not really that kind of noise. At first I thought it was maybe the rubber was just rubbing funny, but sprayed with some silicone spray without any luck. Everything looks good. The tire feels tight, so we'll bring it in and take a look at it here. Alright, everything looks good underneath. CV axle looks good. Lug nuts were tight, for sure 100 foot-pounds, if not a little bit more. So we're going to check the torque on the nut there. I don't see any sign of rubbing or anything crazy, but we're going to go ahead and do that. Otherwise, my next thing might be to spray some lubricant of some kind on the inside, because sometimes the seals on the inside or seals anywhere can just rub right and make crazy noise. So we're going to check that. It should be 222 foot-pounds. It seems to be at 222 foot-pounds, so we're going to leave that. We're just going to spray some lubricant on the back side where the seal is, maybe. Somewhere in there is a seal probably, so we're just going to spray in there pretty generously. Maybe we'll do a little over here for fun. Alright, and we'll put it together and go for another test drive and see what happens. I mean, the brakes are pretty dry here, but it makes noise just driving, so I'm not going to worry about this spot right now. But if we still have noise, I might just take it apart and lubricate these spots. If there's a little wobble in the rotor, that could possibly do it, maybe. So just we'll see what happens after our test drive. It did not make noise up in the air driving it, turning the wheels and stepping on the brakes. Nothing happened up in the air here on the hoist. Alright, I'm leaning towards the wheel bearing, but everything on the brakes is pretty dry, so you can see the contact points here are metal to metal. Even in here on the top. I guess it's just that outer pad there, maybe. We'll take this out. Nope, nothing there. But really nothing's been lubricated. So I'm going to hit all these spots here, lubricate everything. Because if there's if there's a little wobbling with the rotor, maybe the rotor's wobbling back and forth and then everything else is moving a little bit. So it's a reach, but that's my next step. I'll lubricate the slides too. But it's a reach before I can trim the wheel bearing. You know, it's more stuff to take apart to do the wheel bearing. And I don't feel anything wrong with it. It's just that squeak. So, again, we'll lubricate all the contact points and go from there. And then maybe after that, we'll spray some silicone spray in here, because sometimes, rarely, the bead and the tire will make noise. So we'll spray both those, and the last step would be to replace the wheel bearing. So everything's lubricated up now on this, so on the small chance this is the noise problem, we got lubrication on pretty much all the metal contact points. So put the tire back on 100 foot-pounds and see what happens. So after lubricating everything and driving it, you can't hear it, but you can feel it. There's roughness in the wheel bearing. So we're going to replace the wheel bearing and hub assembly. It does have to be pressed in and pressed out. I thought I'd just let you know that that's what we found on this weird noise. I hope you heard it on the camera. It was a really sounded more rubby. Like for me, it sounded, at least low speed, sounded more like rubbing of rubber. But it is what it is. The wheel bearing, that's my process here. Hope it helps someone out there with their 2012 Ford Escape or any front wheel drive vehicle for sure. So and then in this one too, driving around 40 miles an hour, if you turn the steering wheel to the left, the noise kind of went away. Straight, it was making some noise, and also turning right, it went worse, and that's usually a sign of a bearing issue. When you can turn the wheel left or right and make a change in the noise, it's a decent indicator. Take care.